told you about Mohamed Tangara, the transfer from Arizona. The leading scorer, though, for the Silver Swords is Joel Smith, a transfer from the University of Washington, averaging over 14 points a game, while Dixie State coaches very high on a freshman by the name of Dalton Grosskreitz. He's a local kid from right here in St. George. And there you see Matt Mahar, the head coach at Chaminade. In his fourth year, won the Pac West last year. Went to the regionals. On the other side, John Judkins in his fourth year. He played here at Dixie State College. And this one about to get underway. Our officials, Trent Levitt is a referee. D.C. Nelson along with Kent Johnson. And jumping center for Chaminade is big number 45 there, Mohamed Tangara. Nick Howard will jump center for Dixie State. First conference game for both of these squads. And they'll jump it again.
You know, you can tell this is the first game in conference play. Both teams really excited. A lot of energy early in this game.
Chaminade gets the opening tip. This is Gottlieb with the ball in his hands, working against Adam Ross, the real quick guard for Dixie State. Dixie State in the home white jerseys. Joel Smith pulls up for the jumper. The left-hander won't go for him. Rebound pulled down by Grosskreitz, the freshman.
Look for him to get this ball into Sanchez's hands.
Shot clock down to 15 seconds now. Grosskreitz tried to bounce pass, kicked out of bounds. Let's check out the keys to the game. Roland.
Well, when you talk about some of the keys to this game, from Chaminade side, it's pound to Tangara, okay? Get the ball to the big man. He's physical. He's a guy that can make it happen. On the other side of football, you got to spread it around. Everybody has to be involved. It's going to take a team for Dixie State to have some success offensively.
Grosskreitz stepped out of bounds, so it'll be the turnover against the Dixie State team, a team that's averaging 19 turnovers a ball game. That's something Coach Judkins wants to happen early on in this contest.
Both teams trying to feel each other out and find out what the other is trying to get done offensively.
Nice baby hook by Tangara, and Chaminade takes the early lead 2-0. Sanchez with the ball in his hands, swings it onto the right side. Palmer gets the start today for Dixie State.
You know, they talk about this offense. It's a motion offense where everybody gets a chance to get involved, really utilize the entire team. That's the strength of Dixie State, getting everybody involved early outside of Sanchez.
Nick Howard with the miss there. Here's a left-handed three attempt by Joel Smith. Doesn't fall, and Tangara is fouled down low. He has been in foul trouble this year. He has fouled out of 2 games, but this call goes in his favor.
You know, it's good when you get Tangara going, and they're doing that. Right now, he's working. He's making this. He's an equal opportunity guy. He went up, worked hard to get the rebound, and now that's playing dividends for his team.
Burton also on the floor. This is Gottlieb with the ball in his hands, all the way across to Joel Smith. He'll take the jumper along the baseline. It's good. 2-pointer. And it's 4-0 for Chaminade.
Very athletic kid, talking with the coach, said he's a guy they want to get going.
Ryan Sanchez, his team still looking for their first points of the afternoon. Ross started to take the jumper, then thought the better of it and reversed it back out. Shot clock down to 10 seconds now for Dixie State. Sanchez with the shot to 3, no good. The putback, though, is good that time by Andy Palmer. So it's a 4-2 ball game, and here's a turnover. The first turnover by Chaminade. Ross, and he is fouled before he takes the shot.
Well, that started out by good hustle by Andy Palmer, the garbage man. They call him the garbage man. The guy's up there. He's pounding. He's doing all the dirty work. He reminds me of Horace Grant. Remember Horace Grant from Chicago Bulls?
No question.
One of those garbage men guys, not afraid to do it. Nice play by Andy Palmer.
Gottlieb picked up the foul for Chaminade, his first. Lost his footing, and here comes Joel Smith with the ball for Chaminade. First of 3 trips to the mainland, or 3 games as Gottlieb hits a 3 and makes it a 5-point lead for the visitors from the island.
Gottlieb, a transfer from Santa Monica College. He's used to scoring. He's the 4th all-time before he came here.
Inside, ball taken away again. That's the 3rd turnover today for Dixie State. Chaminade forcing the hand. They've averaged just under 4 steals per ball game coming in. Well, Tangara gets the foul, his first. And we have a substitution in the lineup for Dixie State. Kevin Lindquist will check in.
You talked about it. You said Tangara, he's got to get foul prone sometime. That's one of those instances where you got to ease off the aggressiveness when you're on offense.
Lindquist did not start the ball game. He normally starts. Palmer starting for him today. But he's in the lineup now, coming off the bench, number 50. Sanchez being guarded out high by Joel Smith. Both of these teams rely on a man-to-man defense more so than any zones as Ross. Shot will fall for him, and it goes off of the hands of Grosskreutz. There's a timeout on the floor. Just under 16 minutes to go. We're in the first half here in St. George, Utah, and it's a 5-point lead, Chaminade over Dixie State. 12 years as a head coach at Snow Junior College. That's from Utah. 2-time Coach of the Year in the Scenic West Athletic Conference. 7-2 ball game here in St. George, Utah. Ricky Clayton over to Darrell Burton. Clayton has it inside. Here's Joel Smith with the 3. It's off the mark. Sanchez with the ball in his hands, gives it off to Adam Ross.
That was a nice defensive series for Dixie State. Just what they wanted to do, you know, force him to work, get the ball, force the jump shot, not allow it to happen inside.
Nice hands and defense, and another turnover. Joel Smith, the finger roll, it's good.
Joel Smith, he's a guy that's really been emerging for the Chaminade team. Coach said he wanted him to try to hit the boards a little bit more, but right now, offensively, he's making his presence felt.
And you talk to Coach Judkins as you look at the shot by Lindquist off the back of the iron. Gottlieb with the rebound. He talks about the team getting better after that 0-4 start. Not the way you wanted to start the season, but when you look at the basket inside by Tangara, and the lead is 11-2. You know, they started out, that is Dixie State, losing to Western Oregon, Rocky Mountain College, Carroll College, and Cal State LA. And those losses were by a total of 16 points. So they could very well be 9-2 as opposed to 5-6.
That's right. And when you think about Chaminade, you know, they lost 0-4, but listen, they lost to. They lost to North Carolina, Alabama, you know, Indiana. You know.
Division I program in that Maui Invitational.
Yeah, so they invited everybody out to Hawaii. It was a great time, but it was some tough games for them. You know, since then, they tried to bounce back, and again, it's been a total of 2 halves.
Lindquist hit the last basket as you get the ball inside to Smith. Joel Smith makes it 13-4, but Lindquist got the last basket for Dixie State, their last trip down the floor.
Well, we talked to the coach Hart. He talked about for Chaminade offensively, they want to get quick sets and put players in position to make plays, and that's what you're seeing right now from them. Dixie State, again, making them work, working the motion offense, forcing the defense to wear those legs down, and hopefully that'll pay off for them late in the second half.
Shot clock down to 5 seconds now. Sanchez with the spin. He puts it up. Off the back of the iron. No good. Battle for the loose ball. And the battle is won on the boards, that time again by Tangara.
Well, you know, with Sanchez, he has to do that. Keep attacking the basket. The guy is a finisher right then, and he didn't make that basket, but he has to keep on attacking the basket and forcing Chaminade to play defense.
Only 3 teams have gotten him takes the shot has out-rebounded Chaminade this year. Carolina, Alabama, and Washburn.
Wow.
Of course, they lost by 45 to UNC. As we get a foul on the floor. Let's look at the alley-oop at the other end.
Well, we talk about running quick hit sets, you know, getting the athletes the ball. Number 15, Joel Smith. This guy's a super athlete. Look at the extension in the hands. Look how he flushes it on through. The guy can get up. I asked the coach, I said, what kind of vertical jump does Mahar have? He said maybe, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 inches or something. That's phenomenal. D2 basketball, man. I love it.
That foul went against Darrell Burton. Back inside, Zach Johnson just got cleared to play. He's another one of those Pac-10 transfers from the University of Washington. 6'9", about 290 pounds.
I think he might be a little generous at 290. I'm looking at him right now. I think he's more like 315.
And a travel is going to be called. And a turnover. Jamar Berry in the lineup also for Chaminade. So a couple new faces in the lineup for both of these squads. When you talk about Chaminade, you know, they lost that game to Carolina. Their first 2 games, they lost to Carolina and Alabama. Now they only lost by 2 to Indiana. They lost by 5 to Carleton, and the other loss was to Drury. They lost to them in more ways than one. They also lost Shane Hansen, the junior from Canyon Lake, California, who went out for a season-ending injury in that contest.
Well, you can imagine the confidence that those kind of games give Chaminade to believe they can play with anybody. I think they got a little bit too high on themselves. And so the bottom line is you got to come back, you got to play basketball. And right now, they're in 4 games with Dixie State.
A 9-point lead for the visitors from the island.